further, let me invite on stage Mr. S.A. Anand to give us a talk on leadership. So Mr. S.A. Anand coming up on stage. Let's have a huge round of applause going out for him.
Let me thank, at first, you're a wonderful speaker. You speak too well, right? And you, at least, you spoke so well, I can't believe. And now it's my time, okay? So, the most important thing is that when I come for this kind of award function and when I conduct my program and all, the most important thing what I do is, I tell people that do something new. Something absolutely indomitable, something absolutely invincible, and something absolutely impeccable. So the most important thing what I'm going to talk about today is that innovative leadership. Leadership, do you have any idea what leadership is, sir? Anybody? One line definition of leadership. बताइए कोई पंगा नहीं है.
अरे आनंद भाई आपके सामने क्या बताऊं. आपने पूछ ही लिया है तो लीडरशिप तो बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है. So if you are asking me, leadership is all about, you know why? वो शादी के बाद काफी साल निकल चुके हैं तो अब डर निकल चुका है.
Wonderful, that's great, that's great.
So
right.
For me, if you ask me, leadership is taking your people together, inspiring them, motivating them, showing them the common objective.
Great.
And finally, when you have achieved that objective, the ability to step aside, take a back seat and say, you did it all.
Wow, so it's like giving a contribution to all the people and, complimenting all the people together, saying that the team has done, but particularly not yourself, but other people. Giving more compliment to other people.
More than contribution is,
wow.
Leadership is not about authority or position.
Right.
Leadership is about producing transformational results.
Wow, that's wonderful. Give a big hand for him. Absolutely, absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So what I want to talk now, it's very important. I have a different frame for leadership. I have created acronyms for leadership today, and that acronym stands like, L stands for, L stands for learning. The first work of a leader is he has a great learner. He has to keep learning. Most of the people stop learning. They think they develop the ego and they think they do everything. They know everything and they know nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, leader is the greatest learner. So what happens, actually, there was a research conducted. The research says that 44% of your time, 44% of the time, the top class people in the world, they spend listening. The CEO, the chairman, the top class people, 44% of their time they spend listening, 32% of their time they spend talking, 14% of the time they read, and 9% of the time they talk. So what's the most important thing is, God has given you 2 ears and 1 mouth. So learn more, listen more, speak less. Take it from here, refine it from here, and throw it from here. That's what I'm doing right now. Absolutely, that's what I'm doing right now. So the most important thing in leadership is an ability to change your vision into reality. Leadership is an ability to change your vision into reality. So the most important thing right now is, what's your vision? If you want, what's your vision, you have to tune your television. And the most important thing I'm telling you right now, a lot of people, they are not aware about leadership. Has nothing to do with earning a lot of money, having a lot of car. It's something to do with the amazing feeling which you create by producing the world-class result. So the most important thing is L stands for learning and listening. Then E stands for excitement. Let me tell you, I'm absolutely excited and challenged right now. Excitement is that wonderful place. They have called me to give a speech. And challenges is speaking without such a great and wonderful people. Wow. Give me a big hand because I need from you people. You know why? Because I've complimented you. Give a big hand. This is not the big hand. Are you a leader? Give me a big hand, sir. That's great. So the most important thing, the E stands for excitement. Now let me tell you one thing. If you don't have excitement in your life, you die. Leaders die when they don't have excitement. How many of you are from Chennai here, sir? Nalla irkingla, sir? Evlo nalla irkinga? Oh, very good. Thank you so much. So most people from Chennai, I stay in Chennai. And the most important thing is when you get a time, you can come and meet me. a talk about the leadership, okay? So E stands for the excitement. Excitement is the most important thing. Somebody has said, Confucius has said that, that if you have the love for what you do, you don't have to work even one day in your whole life. And I'm telling you, if you love what you do, you don't work at all. You worship, you have a fun, you enjoy. So you're not doing anything, enjoying. Leaders enjoy, the most important thing. There's a statement about the chairman of L&T company. L&T company chairman said, I have not taken leave in 23 years. 23 years, he has not taken a single day's leave. The most important thing, that's the reason he's the chairman. And he's not from the same background. So L stands for learning, E stands for excitement. And unless you're excited, I'm telling you, you cannot go forward. Bill Gates was very excited. Warren Buffett was very excited. Tony Robbins was very excited. So was a lot of top class people. That's the reason they became successful. A stands for action. Action is the most important thing. So what happens actually when we want to become a leader, you have to take action. And do you have any idea how do you take action? What makes you to take action? Do you have any ideas? Anyone here? What makes you take action? From desire. Okay. Desire is the starting point, right? Anything else? That's great. Anything else? Motivation. Cool. Motivation is like a what? It's like a bath we take every day. Cool. Anything else? Show the way. Fantastic. Anybody else? If you want to get the results, you have to act upon it. Cool, very good. The most important thing, the action comes from the belief. Action comes from, let me tell you, if you don't have a belief, you can't take action. These people who have come here, these people who are conducting this kind of program, these people believe that this is possible. That's the reason they are able to do it. So action comes from the belief, and the most important belief they have, the people are our greatest resources. Everything happens for the purpose and reason it helps. And the most important belief they have, the commitment is the most important thing that takes you to excellence. So that's called action. And let me tell you, when you take action, you produce result. When you produce result, it develops your potential. How many of you believe that you have potential? Wow, thank you very much for giving me such a wonderful reply. Fantastic, you have potential. I do have. So we all have potential. So what makes us to use more potential? By taking more action. When we take more action, we produce more result. When we produce more result, it develops more belief system. When you produce more belief system, it develops your so you use more belief and you take more action, you produce more results. The most important thing right now here is that if you want to produce result, you have to believe that what you're doing is correct. If you keep doing this, your belief changes into conviction, and the person with the conviction is capable of doing anything and everything in the life. I'm telling you. So the most important thing, L stands for learning, E stands for excitement, A stands for action, D stands for discipline. How many of you believe that you have to be disciplined? If I don't discipline, I have to fall down. I'm going to fall down. I'll have flat on the ground. So I got to discipline myself. So the most important thing, you have to discipline yourself. And let me tell you, when you discipline yourself, what happens? There are two kinds of pain in the life. The pain of discipline and pain of regrets. Pain of regrets cost this much, and pain of discipline only cost you this much. Okay? So the most important thing, you have to have the discipline. And discipline, what has come from? Disciple. If you want to discipline yourself, you have to become a disciple. Let me tell you. So L stands for learning, E stands for excitement, A stands for action, D stands for discipline, and then R stands for rapport building. Rapport building. If you don't know how to build rapport with the people, you are going to be in trouble. The kind of world we need, flexibility is the key to success. So if I have to talk to all the people and I have to convince the people, I can't sell anything to them unless and until I'm able to build rapport with these all people. So the most important, rapport is the ability to go into other field, making people very, very exciting, making people very, very convincing by becoming like them. You know that? So the most important, R stands for rapport. So we have to rapport. If you don't have a rapport, it creates resistance. Resistance. And when you have a resistance, you can't produce a result. You will have a stress. What is a stress is again? A stress creates adrenaline in your brain. Stress creates cortisol in your brain. So what do we got to do? We got to create more endorphin. More endorphin. So the more endorphin we create, the more, the more successful we become. So we need to know how to create endorphin. And endorphin you create by doing exercise, speaking the way I'm speaking, jumping and speaking. Don't worry about doing mistakes, because mistakes only teach you, because there are no failures, there are only results. There are no failure, only outcome. If you do grammatical mistake, any mistake, doesn't matter at all. You are a great learner. Leaders are the learners. Keep speaking. Just keep speaking. Keep pushing the envelope. Keep doing everything. Everything will happen automatically. You are connected. The best rapport is to have the collective consciousness rapport. When you are in absolute tune, we are in absolute big, state, what happens? You get collective consciousness. And then you get a lot of ideas. This thing has happened. This hotel is constructed. This program has happened because somebody's idea has been changed into reality. That is the work of collective consciousness. So then comes S. S comes for state. How many of you know about states? State of mind. Cool. That's fantastic. State of mind, right? Anything else about states? How many of you have this kind of incident happening in your life that sometimes you speak to somebody and you said, I cannot believe I've said that. I cannot believe I've done that. I'm a dumb ass. I can't believe that. Is that happening in your life? And sometimes, when you're speaking to people, you have done such a wonderful job. You say, my God, it's me. It's me, right? It's me. Why is the same person? Sometimes he produces the top class result. Some class he produces the third class result. It's a state. Let me tell you state. And state happens when you are in absolutely physiological rapport with yourself, or something called focus. If you're able to focus what you're doing, you will produce result. You will come into beautiful state. Or something, next thing is called when you're focusing on what you're doing right. Right, sir? So the most important thing, a state can be created by focusing on something called physiology. Changing your physiology. See what happens, I'm telling you. If somebody is not listening to you here, he's looking down, you can just ask question to the person, you'll change his state. He doesn't believe that you can go and ask question. Go and ask question. Somebody's looking at you like this, and he's talking very fast, go and talk very faster. You'll build rapport with it. Somebody's talk slowly. You talk slowly, you'll build rapport. Somebody's walking like this, Salman Khan, you also walk like this, you'll build rapport. Somebody's saying, I can do it. I say, yeah, I know you can do it because it's possible here, right? So you can also talk like this. If you want to talk, build rapport with Amitabh Bachchan, you talk the way Amitabh Bachchan talks and you can build rapport. Very simple thing. Then comes H for humor. A leader has to have a sense of humor. He has to make people, always happy. He has to do certain act that does not match his standards sometimes. But he has to go below also sometimes because the leader is not misleader. So the top class leader, he always keeps people laughing. I stands for improvement, innovation. The most important thing, what is improvement and innovation? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Innovation happens when you are absolutely ahead in your trend. Absolutely ahead in your trend. And if you are not absolutely ahead in your trend, you will not be producing result. And second thing, innovation happens when you do 5 things. When you have a new voices, when you have a new passion, when you have a new perception, when you ask new question, and when you have a new passion again. The new conversation, new question you ask. So if you have this 5, then it comes to P. So I stands for improvement and P stands for patience. If you all are people you don't have patience, you cannot become a top class leader. So always remember, patience and being persistent is the most important thing which makes you top class leader. So L stands for again learning. Okay, E stands for excitement. A again stands for the action you take. Okay, so D stands for discipline. E stands for again for energy and emotion. R stands for you build rapport with the people. S stands for bringing yourself in resourceful state. Okay, H stands for humor. I stands for improvement, and P for the patience. So most important thing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening to me and giving me a great opportunity. So I am just thanking Branch Academy and all the people who are here. Thank you very much for listening.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a wonderful session by Mr. Anand. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing with us your knowledge about leadership. And of course, leaving us enlightened with a lot more knowledge for us to take.